WWE appears to be shifting gears once again, moving major pieces on the board as they prepare for what could become one of the biggest matches of the next season. Fans have been buzzing ever since Survivor Series, WarGames, where Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns unexpectedly shared the spotlight inside the same steel cage. Although they technically fought on the same team, their brief eye contact after the match carried a tension louder than any official announcement. It was the kind of moment that didn't need a microphone or a promo package. One look, one pause, and the entire arena felt it. Something bigger is brewing between these two men, and WWE clearly knows it. According to insiders and backstage reports, WWE has quietly started laying the foundation for another major championship showdown between Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns. Those who keep up with the behind-the-scenes conversations claim that the creative team has already begun exploring different pathways to bring this rematch into reality. What's interesting is that the officials aren't tying the match to a single predetermined event. Instead, they're mapping several possible routes, which gives the company flexibility as the story evolves and as they monitor the physical condition of key performers. Dave Meltzer's latest reports emphasize that the match is on the table in a very real way, even if the final stage where it happens remains undecided. The rivalry between Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns isn't just another feud. It's a storyline that reshaped WWE's main event structure for nearly 2 years. When Rhodes returned to the company in 2022 with the mission to finish the story, the wrestling world quickly realized that his path and Roman's path were destined to collide. Their battles at WrestleMania 39 and WrestleMania 40 became defining moments not only for both men, but for the entire company. Even after Cody finally captured the championship, the emotional and narrative thread tying him to Reigns didn't fully break. In many ways, it only tightened. Now, when you zoom out and look at the larger picture of WWE's upcoming season, things become even more intriguing. WrestleMania 42 is still wide open in terms of confirmed main events. Roman Reigns remains a top choice for the biggest matches on the card, but there are too many moving parts for WWE to commit fully just yet. Seth Rollins' shoulder injury has thrown the championship scene into a state of uncertainty, and CM Punk's ongoing storylines could shift dramatically depending on how his next angles unfold. Until WWE has clarity on these major players, they're avoiding locking Roman Reigns into a single fixed WrestleMania plan. If Rollins cannot return in time, or if he returns later than expected, WWE may need to pivot quickly. This could mean Roman Reigns gets redirected into either world title picture, depending on which belt needs a stronger anchor at the top. And if another storyline gains sudden momentum, WWE might make adjustments to capitalize on fan interest. On the other hand, Cody Rhodes also has multiple directions he could be pulled into, especially depending on how other rivalries develop and how the championship scene stabilizes. Still, even with all these variables in play, the strongest narrative pull remains the one between Rhodes and Reigns. Every time these two cross paths, even for a second, the atmosphere changes. You can feel the weight of their history pressing down on the moment. There's unresolved emotion in this rivalry, emotion that neither man has fully expressed. On Cody's side, there is a deep desire to secure the definitive victory, the kind that leaves no room for doubt or debate. Winning the championship at WrestleMania 40 fulfilled his father's dream in a symbolic way, but part of Cody's personal story is still connected to Roman. A victory over Reigns, whether the title is involved or not, would silence any remaining whispers questioning whether he truly surpassed the biggest obstacle of his career. For Roman Reigns, the desire is different but equally powerful. He built one of the greatest championship reigns in WWE history, and he dominated the main event landscape for years. Even after losing the title, his legacy hasn't faded. Yet in the eyes of some fans, the story doesn't feel complete without one more clash against the man who ultimately dethroned him. Roman is proud, strategic, and legacy-driven. He doesn't just want to be remembered, he wants to be remembered in the right way. A victory over Cody after their last WrestleMania battle would send a message that his greatness wasn't tied solely to the championship. It would also cement his status as a top attraction even in a new era. When you think back to Survivor Series, WarGames, the subtle tension between the two wasn't an accident. WWE rarely places top stars together without a purpose. The timing felt deliberate. Cody finishing the match while Roman stood nearby wasn't just a coincidence. It was a reminder from the company that this story still has chapters yet to be written. The audience in attendance sensed it. Social media exploded with speculation. Fans around the world started predicting where the rematch might happen: Royal Rumble, Elimination Chamber, SummerSlam, or perhaps even the next WrestleMania. One of the reasons this rivalry still works so effectively is that both men complement each other's storytelling style. Cody is emotional, passionate, and speaks with heart. Roman is calm, calculating, and carries an aura of dominance. Their personalities clash in a way that feels natural and compelling. In the ring, they bring out the best in each other, blending Cody's technical precision with Roman's power and ring psychology. Their matches feel big, their promos feel meaningful, and their presence together creates an electricity that few modern rivalries can match. The uncertainty surrounding WWE's schedule also adds to the anticipation. Because nothing is officially announced, fans are left guessing and theorizing, which keeps the conversation alive. If WWE wanted to slowly rebuild momentum for a Rhodes versus Reigns return, this is exactly the way they would do it. Subtle interactions, layered storytelling, and backstage whispers that something major is being prepared. Meanwhile, Cody continues to grow stronger as the face of WWE. His title reign has elevated his status tremendously, and he carries himself like a true top star. Roman, on the other hand, has taken on a more selective, event-based schedule, which means every appearance he makes feels significant. This limited approach mirrors what WWE legends like Brock Lesnar and John Cena did in the later stages of their careers. Every time Roman shows up, he instantly becomes the centerpiece of whatever story he touches. As the months unfold, all eyes will be on how WWE chooses to position both men. If Seth Rollins returns earlier than expected, that could trigger one set of scenarios. If he remains out longer, that opens the door for other ideas. CM Punk's trajectory could also influence the championship landscape, especially considering the long-standing history between Punk and both Rhodes and Rollins. WWE has a menu of blockbuster match options, but very few have the emotional history and proven chemistry that Cody versus Roman carries. Even if the match doesn't happen at WrestleMania, there are still many major events that could host it. SummerSlam has become a massive international event in recent years. The Royal Rumble remains a cornerstone of WWE storytelling. Even one of the international stadium shows could be an option if WWE wants to deliver the match to a massive global audience. The beauty of this rivalry is that it doesn't rely solely on a championship to feel important. The story itself is strong enough to stand on its own. As things continue to shift, one truth remains the same. The door between Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns is not closed. In fact, it feels wider now than it has in months. Their rivalry shaped WWE's landscape during the most important period of the company's modern era, and both men seem destined to meet again. Fans feel it, WWE feels it, and deep down, both Rhodes and Reigns know that their story is far from over. Their next confrontation, whenever and wherever it happens, will not just be another match. It will be a defining moment, the kind that rewrites legacies and shapes the future of WWE's main event scene for years to come.